begin by setting up your shoulders for the handstand. So first off, from a downward dog, put your elbows on the floor, and then as you lift them up, try to keep the eyes of the elbows facing forward. Now from here, you want to start to spread your shoulders away from each other. And notice how the shoulders lift away from your hands. This draws you up, and you're going to use that to lift yourself in the handstand. Avoid this dropping of your shoulders towards your ears. Instead, spread your shoulders away from each other. Sitting facing away from the wall, you're going to put your hands where your heels are. The knuckle of your index finger is what goes where the heels were. And then stepping to a downward dog, walk your feet up onto the wall. So this should put you in about a 90-degree angle. That's where you want to be. From there, just start to feel your shoulders lifting away from the floor. And get a sense of how you can support yourself. Notice you're not pushing your shoulders toward the wall, you're just keeping them over your wrists. Don't walk your feet up high like this either. That's going to just let you lean into the wall. Instead, you want to come here with your feet level with your hips, and that's going to put you in the right space. Now, if you want to start to work a little further with this, feeling how you can take the weight off the wall as much as possible, tilt your heels like so, away from the wall. And that's going to give you a little more sense of putting the weight in your hands. Again, just like we did earlier, notice your shoulders here. They're lifted away from the floor rather than collapsing. Roll yourself up into this position. This is exactly the supported feeling you should have in the handstand. Looking away from the wall, we're going to start to work on jumping up into that handstand. So, looking between your hands, take one foot slightly forward and take the other foot slightly back. We're going to start out getting a sense of the shoulders, so as you exhale, move them away, and inhale, move them forward. Exhale, shoulders back. Inhale, shoulders over your hands. Exhale, back. Now inhale, shoulders forward, and from here, swing the leg up as you bring the shoulders forward. Exhale, notice it's the back leg. Inhale, leg lifts up. Exhale, back. Inhale, it lifts. If you hit the point of balance, great. If you don't make it very high, it doesn't matter. Feel free to put the foot on the wall. And remember the things that we were working on earlier. Your shoulders are lifted away from the earth, getting a sense of support. There's a few mistakes you might be making at this point. One of them is that foot that's slightly forward, it doesn't jump. This is what will happen if you try to lift it. All right, you can use a lot of force. It'll never get you up there. Instead, it's the back leg that moves. And the other leg just hangs down. Now here's another problem. You may be kicking your foot and touching the wall and not getting up. What's happening here is that your lower back is arching. Instead, lift the top leg up, not back toward the wall, but up toward the sky. And that's going to let you get all the way up there with control in your core. Now we're going to start to work on figuring out how to balance in this pose. So coming a little further away from the wall, again you're going to swing up and maybe put your foot on the wall. Alright, as a way to begin, you can start to feel your weight shifting away from the wall and maybe that foot will come off. Notice you don't kick the foot away from the wall, you don't push off it, you just move your weight. But another way to work on this that I think is more useful is instead of coming up, touching the wall, and coming off, you're just going to try to swing up to the point of balance. If you touch the wall, okay, come down again. Don't come off and try to balance, just swing up, and maybe you hit that point of balance. If you do, great. If you don't, if you touch the wall, come down, try again. If you don't make it, obviously you're going to come down and try again. If you make it, notice that the bottom leg doesn't lift up. Instead, you're going to keep it low. Working your core, this is going to keep your back in the right alignment, and it's going to teach you how to use your core to control the balance in this position. If you'd like to take your feet together, eventually that's fine, but it's much better to work with the leg low.